We are back to the warehouse for Blitzball Battle 7. We Got Ice survives this one. Let's talk Blitzball. Welcome to the Blitzball Boys, the podcast about Blitzball and boys, but lately about boys. I'm your co-host, Brennan Ruppel, along with my fellow host, Peter Del Rey. Moment of silence. And our interim host is back in his position. Drew Davis is here to help me out with this one. Hello, Drew. How do you do?
Cheers. I do well.
Oh, always a ton of energy at the top of the show from Drew Davis.
I never know how to respond.
I do well. You just run like a fucking robot.
Well, I do.
Well,
That's
I
how
do.
Yoda
Robot.
would say.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. That is true. What hat you got going on there?
Dude, I got it from PacSun, and I don't even like
Okay, finals.
basketball.
Lakers Celtics. That's a cool hat.
I know my friend offered to buy it off me for $50. I was like, you can literally go to the store and buy it for 35 right now. And he was like, no, but it's more convenient to buy it off you. And I was like,
That is
no.
true. Nah, I'm good, man.
So
You're here to talk about We Got Ice
yeah,
mainly.
I had to go back and see which games. I was like, I've been watching the games, but then when you were like, do you want player of the game or play of the game? I was like, wait, which game was last? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was
But
this one.
yeah,
The top two teams at this point, arguably, a little bit
yeah.
of like a low scoring game. We go into this one. Jack is kind of on an MVP pace right now. Arguably, him versus Jake is where we're at. I don't know if you've been catching up with this tournament, if you just are pulling this all from memory, but it's Jake versus Jack.
Yeah, no, I've been watching.
Okay. After this game,
But
who do you think's in the lead?
yeah, to be fair though, I guess I haven't watched some of the baggage games. Some of the baggage games, if I'm being completely honest, have been pissing me off.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because well, I didn't like understand like my biggest gripe. I wasn't there to talk about it. I like couldn't for the life of me figure out why Lou was like throwing so softly against baggage.
That's a good point.
Like I didn't. No one was like talking about it, and like I didn't hear the booth talk about it. I'm like. He was throwing like 59, 62 like the entire
Yeah.
time.
One of the home
And I was like,
runs that Jake hits is like a 49 mile per hour like shitty
yeah.
slurve.
And I was like, if we're gonna do that, just put Joe's in. Like I didn't understand. Like
Right.
I know they're trying to save their arms, but like in my head, if you really wanted to save your arm, you would try to win that game. You would like go ham that game
Right.
and then
Try and win
try to get
quick.
into the try to win the playing game.
Right. Yeah.
So you get all the way to the semis. So I was just like,
Yeah, by
or
hedging, you're making
or
yourself throw more.
Or if you were gonna do that, like I just would have thrown Joe's game one against us, the Olives, because then you
Yeah.
just or you give Lou a day of rest. I don't know. That was just my thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
it was like so. I didn't honestly like. I didn't really want to watch like, and I had remembered. I was like, oh, Baggage is about to score 10 again. And I was like, honestly,
Fuck that.
this is gonna be a boring watch. Like I don't really care about this.
Yeah. That's fair because I think
Yeah.
in one of my previews for these teams, like the guys with old dudes throwing up there, why aren't they using their secondary dude? Like I know, because I talked to you about it, and you said on the show that you pitched the whole time because you felt good. So I think the guys like you and Dalton and Jack, I kind of assumed, especially Jack because he has no other option, those guys would go the whole time. You're not worried about it. But like
Dal-
Lou, one of the oldest dudes in town, like just let Joe's pitch a little bit. The crowd was calling
mhm.
for it that game too.
Yeah, no, like Dart will see too because I know in BB6 he was like really struggling come the end of the tournament.
Yeah,
Even though like they still had to pitch one out, like Pennick had to pitch one out, he was like really like his arm was toast.
yeah. I
I
mean,
think
like, yeah,
he's not used to throwing that much, and also just like body wise, I mean I've got like 40 pounds. Like he was laboring out
yeah.
there.
He's a Slim
So
Jim.
we'll see. But I think Jack for me has it just based off like strength of schedule. Like Jack has been doing
Sure.
it against McFlurry, and then they played what Rotten first game.
Whack. They played first game, and they just lit up.
We got Ice played
Oh
Whack. I
no,
thought Baggage played
baggage
Whack.
played whack. That's what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They played. Who did they play? Whoever they did, they washed. They absolutely washed.
Oh, it was Wugas,
Right. All right, because they
which
have Jimmy
Wugas is
Norv's number.
good.
Vugas is good,
Yeah,
but
Wugas is
like,
good. So
yeah,
Wugas is good.
Vugas is good.
um, but so yeah, I think definitely Jack for me. But Jack's
It
like it's like weird. So I was watching the games and like he's getting the success, but it doesn't look the same as it did last year. Like he's
Yeah, he looks focused
really
last year. He looks like he doesn't care this year. He doesn't
he's
give a
really
fuck.
kooky this
He's
year.
really kooky. This is like the amount of kookiness that Joe's wants, but Joe's isn't getting the success out of it, and Jack is just jumping in the air and swinging, and it's going for a double.
Yeah,
It's insane.
yeah,
I think he looks honestly like really focused on the mound, which I think is where he beats
yeah.
Jake in the MVP race because Jake has the numbers, like you said, it's the strength of schedule. He's kind of hitting off people that aren't really pitching super well to him.
Hmm.
He's pitching against hitting against Dalton, who didn't look sharp. He's hitting against Lou, who has nothing for him. But Jack has been hitting like crazy also, and pitched 2 full games where Jake came in at the end of the last time he pitched in game one and still looks
Yeah,
great. But again, he's pitching against Joe's, you know.
right,
So, but I think,
right.
but sheer stats wise, Jake probably should have it if you're not looking at who they played. But
Yeah,
I think you have to take that into consideration a little bit.
definitely. And then it's all going to change come the playoffs. Like they're going to face each other.
You kind of get like a deciding matchup with that 1 inning
Yeah,
game, and then you see how
yeah.
far they go. I assume with how small the sample size is, when they do awards, they take playoffs into consideration too.
It's the entire. It's the yeah. It's the
Entire
entire.
thing.
That's why like that's why it's like if you want to win MVP, you don't have to necessarily win the championship, but you have to be like
Should
in
probably
the
make it.
championship.
Yeah.
You kind of
Yeah.
have to make it just because like I'm trying to think. Has there ever been someone who didn't win the championship but won MVP for Blitzball? It's kind of hard because there's only two players. Like, yeah, I think it was. No, I was gonna say was
There
it
must
when
be.
I thought it was maybe Shelfie when it was Lovia's versus Rotten, but I think Dalton ended up winning that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
So
Because
I
I
don't
think he was
know.
like rookie of the year or something like that.
First, yeah, the first tournament. I think Jake won MVP,
Oh, they didn't. They never won a title, obviously. So
and Rotten won.
right.
So
I guess otherwise it makes
um,
sense that you'd probably be MVP and win the championship because since there's only 2 players, if you had an MVP type season, you probably carried your team all the way to the ship.
yeah, I think maybe this year it could be this could be the best chance for someone to do it, just because you'll be able to like rack up your innings, like pitching wise.
Yeah.
Some players might be able
Yeah,
to
that's
just
true.
because you can like yeah, but
Because the other guy's not pitching usually.
yeah. So like I think like because you could have a team like the Woogas or like McFlurry, or I'm trying to think of like other
Oh, they're two-handed teams.
Rotten,
Yeah. Yeah. Those are probably
like
the three.
they could make it to the finals and they could split pitching and
Right.
like Ice could miss or we could miss or um yeah like Whack could miss, but we just have the same amount of innings as
Yeah.
them
Yeah. That makes sense.
pitching wise because yeah. But anyways, did you burn this yet?
I did, and let's rip it. It's ice versus cream to find out who's the better team. Jack Doyle starts on the mound, and McFlurry is in a blender. He strikes out 3, and this win should be easy. K-Mac is pitching well, but Dan Canobio has an inning from hell. The errors prove costly, but We Got Ice only scores 2. Doyle throws the first pitch of the inning at K-Mac's face, and he Donkey Kong punches it to the booth for a home run. The lead has been cut down to 1, but McFlurry can't handle Jack's 2 knuckles as he drops it on them to finish the game. We Got Ice wins 2-1. Story of the game is Jack Doyle's knuckle drop.
Yeah, I think it's
It's a
filth.
sick pitch. You talked about it last time you were here. That's like the one pitch you wish you had,
Yeah,
and it's getting better every time he
yeah,
throws it.
yeah. It's really
He's like
good. I don't know
locating it
why.
now.
I wish he threw it more. It's so good.
I think the
I
first
think
game
I'm.
it was like a couple pitches, like holy shit, he should throw that every pitch. And then this one, I think he like doubled the usage in this game.
Yeah, I know. I think like I might even stop trying to throw it because I think he's. I don't
He
know. I
just got
might try and
ownership of
throw
it.
it. I might throw a splitter or something. I don't know.
It
That thing
seems
is
like
so
easy to throw
hard.
for the most part. You just throw a fastball with knuckles. I know you said like you kind of push it out a
Oh,
little bit
he flicks it because you have to to get the movement down like
to
sharp.
make
Or else
sure
it's
it
just
doesn't
gonna
spin at all.
yeah, or else it's just gonna. Well, no, you like almost want some spin. Like you want it to spin down. Like
Oh, like top spin.
yeah, that's why he flicks it because if you just throw like a regular knuckleball, it'll knuckle. But because it's a blitz ball, it just kind of floats. Like I don't know, knuckleballs aren't. I don't think are great. But like the knuckle drop is so good because it just like it's so sharp. It goes straight and then just
Yeah.
goes.
You see some of the arcs that they give you on the replays. It is nuts how it start at its peak. It's like a foot above someone's head, and then it hits the dirt.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah,
like some people like Dan Kenobi in this inning who haven't really seen anything like that. It's just like He's got
I
nothing
know.
to do with that pitch. It was really fun to watch him swing over the top of those.
Yeah.
It's
Same.
really pretty.
And then like the homer that K Mac got was off a pitch that should not have been hit for a
That
homer.
was that was insane. Um, but yeah, so we're still in the top of the first right now,
Oh my
and
bad, my bad.
no, it's good. Listen, he just looks so dominant, and this is for me where I'm seeing Jack just take over this MVP role. He strikes out all three. He makes him look stupid, and to your point, like the fact that he hit that home run later after this inning that we see, I'm like, I didn't see anyone touching him for the rest of the tournament. K-Mac just he does kind of get like a little bit lucky later on.
Yeah.
He's dominant.
Yeah. I think this might have been too like a good matchup for I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just spitting buzzwords out at this point.
That's good. It's good stuff.
I was gonna say like this is gonna be a good matchup for their swing pass, but that seems
Okay, well, it kind of was
stupid.
that he got that home run off of like a good swing
I
path.
definitely I definitely think like Canobio, like that's a good matchup. I don't think Canobio's ever really done well against. I mean, I'm trying to remember like when we played ice when I was with Canobio, and I don't think we ever fared that well against him.
Uh huh.
Um, so that was probably a good matchup. I think they said like K Mac did historically kind of
He
well
has some
against
home
him,
runs off
but
him.
yeah,
I
like
think
no,
there's something to your. I know you're making fun of yourself, but the swing path thing is real because one of Jack's main pitches is that sinker that has pretty much like a lefty curveball motion, and that's
yeah,
like in the happy zone for a lefty if it's in a bad
yeah.
spot. It's like perfect for those like golf swings.
That's why I like facing like I people are I've been really struggling facing Dan. Like
Yeah.
I want to face a lefty.
I
So I
don't.
think like
Do you have good numbers
having
off Dan Lifetime? You're on his
huh?
team for the. You're on his team. I forgot you
I've never
haven't
played.
you haven't
Yeah, I've
faced him. That's nuts.
never hit against him.
Yeah. Wow.
I've hit against. I think historically in the warehouse. I mean, I've only faced Gannon, who was a lefty, and I hit well against him.
Uh huh.
Um,
Have you ever faced
but
Dan
I
like in between innings or like in between games, or he doesn't he would never throw in between?
yeah, he never threw. I mean,
Yeah,
like BP, he would throw some, but I think he gets really good backspin, so he gets really good like
he
rise on his
does.
balls,
Yeah, it's got a
and
little
just
bit of rise
minimum.
and two seam at the same time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um,
we
but to
don't
stay
see
on
from him
Jack,
this game. We K Mac is on the mound in the bottom of the first, and K Mac just somehow just I know he doesn't play at all between games or between seasons, and he just has the same exact stuff every single time. And he's so consistent. And he's got two pitches, and it works really well. He's just like a really good two pitch reliever.
they tunnel really well, and then
Yeah.
sometimes like I was actually going back and watching our games against him because I got a text from Canobio and he was just like, I'm reminiscing on us.
I got too late, bud.
And yeah. And so I went back and watched some games and like sometimes like K-Max like sliders, they're so deceiving because sometimes like they'll slide a ton and then sometimes they'll just kind of float.
Yeah, yeah,
So if he throws it inside, a lot of times it will just float, it will go straight.
yeah.
And you're expecting it to like curl and it doesn't, and then you get
Right, right.
handcuffed. So
It's
it's really
almost like a
weird.
sort of like a. It doesn't move the same way as this, but it feels like it's a like a backup breaking ball where you're expecting it to move more than it does, and it just like locks you up a
Yeah.
little bit.
He's also got really long arms and fingers, so he's able to get like really
Mm,
good sync. He's able to get really good sync
yeah,
on
yeah.
his
He gets
his
good spin
swing.
on that ball because he really like whips it with his wrist a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's we have the funk from him too. There's the
Yeah.
head games he plays, of course, too. But yeah, it's important that a couple of seasons ago he added that slider because he needs
Yeah.
something to tunnel off of.
His
Uh,
former partner Stoner taught me all about flexible fingers, and I think that that's really important now is
yeah,
having flexible fingers.
I didn't know that he had any real insight into pitching. I thought it was like all natural ability because when we talked to him on this show, and we're so interested in him because he's such an amazing pitcher and such a talent, and we asked him like, "How'd you learn how to throw so fast? What's your regimen? Like, what did you do to throw fast?" Like, I just kept throwing it. Like, well, what? How? Like how many times a day? Like, did you do
I
lift
don't think.
weights? He's like, I just throw hard. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Like
think
what?
I don't think he lets. Because I've talked to him because I was like trying to be a pitcher for
Uh,
my club team. I ended up being a position player. But at one point I was like, I want to try and be a pitcher, and like, he is really like he knows a lot. Like people don't like he was one of the top pitching coaches in Arkansas.
oh wow.
I was talking to him and like the people he was like coaching were some of like the top pitchers in the state of Arkansas, and they
Uh
were
huh.
going to him. So he's really smart and
He
knows.
must be in order to be that good because he gave us absolutely nothing when we asked him about pitching. It was so funny, and then even we asked him about the riser, and he didn't say any words. He just like put the ball between his fingers and showed us the grip,
Yeah.
and didn't
When
explain
he
like
talked,
anything about the wrist or anything like that.
I did a full bullpen session with him one day. It was actually during BB6,
Uh
I
huh.
think. When was his last tournament? Was it BB6 or Ball and Play? It
Hmm. Might
was
have been
BB6,
ball.
wasn't it?
Was it his last Blitzball tournament was definitely BB6.
Well, anyways, it doesn't matter. One of these tournaments, we went and did like a full bullpen session because he needed to like get in shape for banana stuff.
Uh huh.
And I was like, I need to throw too. And he was like working with me a ton. And like the way he talks about pitching is like how Plouffe talks about hitting. Like it's very much like, oh, the average, like if you took the average baseball person, they like wouldn't understand what you're saying.
Right. Right.
You have
It's a
to,
whole different
you like
level, different language.
the way like he knows like how to work, like move and work his body is like you have to be at a high level because
Yeah.
he was
So
talking about
it's
stuff that
confusing to
is
you even at that point.
some stuff like
You're
I
holding
had to
on.
like yeah, especially because I'm not like I was never a pitcher, so
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
some of like the mechanical stuff that he was talking about, it took me a long time to like figure out what he meant. Like he was talking a lot about like how to get like good, better like hip shoulder separation, and
Mm-hmm.
that was like he had to explain it to
It's
me
something that you
for
could probably hear, but like you don't understand it in practice. Like when you're doing it, like what exactly am I supposed to be doing here?
yeah. I have videos of him working with me at the Blitzball World Series last January.
Okay.
'Cause he's like trying to like work with me, and
Yeah.
it was a mess. But yeah, no, he's super, and like I think he's just a very relaxed and casual person. So he's never unless you have to like ask him questions, I think, or he has to be in a mood to talk about it. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's got a depth of information to talk about.
That's very interesting. So yeah, again, like I said, just thought he was just naturally had so much natural. I mean, I'm sure he does have a lot of natural ability in order to be that good, but really funny that he's in order. If you're gonna be that good at pitching, you have to be a fucking like a super cerebral person
It's
about it.
it's it's also crazy to see like how hard he throws with how small he is.
How short is he? Five
Five
ten.
ten,
Okay.
5'9", yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
To
it
generate that
is
much
crazy.
power.
Yeah, because and he's not like a stocky guy. I mean, he's pretty ripped, but I'm like the ball just explodes out of his hand. Like he was throwing his bullpen. I mean, he wasn't even like throwing his hardest, and he was touching like 91, 92. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh my god, like the ball is just like
Just probably has like just pure, just like really good technique and mechanics to
yeah, it
get
just
that much
dips.
easy. Yeah.
I think I have a video of him throwing like 103 with a blitz ball, and it's
It's absurd.
insane. It's crazy.
I could maybe touch 75 before I like throw my back out.
Enough about Stoner.
Enough about
Sorry, Stoner.
Stoner. Sorry, Stoner. We miss your riser so much. It's a beautiful pitch. Uh, they score 2 runs in a inning. We got ice. Not off of really good hits. It was kind of just like dinks and dunks and the jump hit we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
I think Cam just he's still pitching pretty well. We have the 2 Dan Canobio errors here. I think only one of them ends up costing a run. I think the second one they get the bases loaded, but they don't capitalize on that.
I
But
mean, this is
one
the
of them
best
matters.
lineup. This is the best lineup in the tournament.
These two, the We Got Ice.
Yes,
Yeah,
by
and
far,
and
in
Zoe
my
at this
opinion.
point hasn't really been hitting. Like I think he gets a ribby on a ground ball.
Yeah, but like you could, I mean, like I mean, I think it's just career stats. Like he could hit at
Yeah,
any point, and like Jack can
absolutely.
too. That is like the worst lineup to navigate through. It's so difficult
Yeah,
because they
I
don't and
mean,
they don't chase.
no, yeah, especially Zoe. Well, Jack does this tournament because he doesn't care.
Yes,
But
yes,
Zoe is like he has a crazy eye, and he's been striking out on like pipe pitches that you can't do anything
hmm
with, like the top upper up and in pipe. It's like, well, that crossed
yeah,
the plate like at your eyes. So what are you gonna do with that?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I just have to wonder as a fan, does the shoulder is it holding him back at all right now? But then you remember like I think he leaves this game like 5 for 10. He's still like hitting 500. So
Yeah.
just like no pop yet. We're waiting for that big Zoe home run.
Yeah.
You know, but he'll get there. But they said it too after this game. Like they felt like this was their worst game, and I think Zoe even said too he was trying to swing big before the inning ended because he wanted to score runs on like actual hits, and he's also just an entertainer and like a content creator, so he wants the product always to be as entertaining as possible.
Mhm.
So that's how their brains work. I think that's why they're playing this way. That's why Jack is especially playing so kooky. He's like, if I want to
Yeah.
make sure these games aren't boring, so I'm gonna fucking jump around. It'd be stupid, but it's working.
Yeah.
We go to the top of the second. K Max, we start that inning off with the big punch home run. Literally hits his hands.
Yeah, you wish someone was on base for it. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Because that one run is really all they do. I think Dan Kenobi maybe hits a single, and nobody's on base for that either because that single would have moved somebody to third base if there was somebody on. It would have been two bases. Um,
Some are saying that homers kill rallies.
it's true. A Rod says that. It's true. It's a real thing. I go back to baggage and your gripe with them. Are you a person that feels like the new rule with the first to third is unfair because baggage famously is like a singles hitting team?
No, I don't think it's unfair.
Okay.
I just kind of like it. I I think the only rule that like I yeah, no, I like the rule. I think
I
it's
like it
good, and I
too.
think it keeps. I think it keeps. I think when you have two defenders, if there was only one defender, I wouldn't like it.
Yeah,
But
no,
now
that's
that you
fair.
have two defenders, I think it's like a lot better. And like it actually, it's like sometimes like the ground, like grounders are hard, so sometimes it almost feels like pointless. Like when you hit a hard grounder, it's almost like you're not fielding it, but it gives you an incentive to at least do something, like
Right.
try to stop from hitting the back wall.
It
Or
gives
like
you a little bit of that ball
those,
in play where you just want to knock it down.
yeah, those corner shots like off the sidewall that like those are really hard to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm still trying to make up my mind on the walk rule. I think it's good, but also like two walks isn't that like there are three walks in an inning. Some like it's not that
Yeah,
much.
no, you're right. But I think it would be objectively a bad rule if the other pitching rule was the same, where you had to use your lesser guys. But I think it's a good time to implement it when most of the best pitchers are pitching.
Yeah. Here, I'll give some for example, I'll give some foreshadowing
Okay.
to like a future game. But I actually Jolly and I like for I think we were this was just us being dumb. We were like not super clear on the rule.
Uh huh.
We thought the rule was if you walk two consecutive batters,
Right.
we didn't know it was like over the course of an inning. So there will come a time like in the future where like we get confused because a run like scores
Right.
and
And you're
we
like,
were
what the
like,
fuck?
what? I like they're like, well, this is your third person you walked in an inning, and we were like, but that happened like four batters ago. Like we got two outs since then, and there was
Right.
a hit. Like I thought, and there was like
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
so
When
and
there's
like
that much
you,
separation between it, the rule feels a little silly because somewhat you put it in your rear view at that point.
well, yeah, and you forget about it. Like it's
Yeah.
been four batters. You're like, I'm not even thinking about this.
You almost want there to be like a big screen that lets you know like no walks left or something like that. I don't know.
Something like yeah,
Something.
yeah. So that was my only gripe with that rule. I like the walk rule because it definitely like walks suck. And I think like there's been less walks this year for sure.
Yeah.
I just wish there was a way to like do it in a more situational way, or maybe if you took the rule out, I don't know. Maybe if it was like playoffs, the rule doesn't count, or like
Yeah.
regular, kind of like how they changed the extra innings rules. Like extra
Right,
innings
right, right.
rules in the regular season is just like we need to get this game done, so it's going to be a showdown, one at bat. But then in the playoffs, it's like we're going to play a full inning. I almost like maybe like that you could do it that way. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I guess the walk rule is two things where it's trying to speed up the game because it encourages more offense and it encourages you to throw more strikes to make the game more
yeah,
interesting. So I don't know if I hate it for playoffs either because at least it makes people pitch to each other.
or if it
Um,
was just, or if it was just the walk and then the person stays up. I
right,
like
right,
that
right.
rule.
Okay, yeah, right. Which is the
Like
other
that would be
alternative. They could choose that, but I think most people would probably choose the extra base versus another
right.
at
That's what
bat.
I'm saying. Like that. Like that's a pretty like if it. Yeah. What I'm saying is, I almost
Only give
think
them the
just
option for
yeah,
the.
only give them the option for staying up because that's still like a good. That's still like a big bonus because you've seen five pitches at least now,
Yeah, that's true. There's like that intangible
and
bonus of it.
yeah, sometimes I'm just kind of like. I think the point of the rule is so that walks don't win the game, or lose you the game, and by
Hmm.
making it two bases, like they can like that's a double.
They can easily lose you the game. Yeah.
They can easily lose or win you a game.
Is every single walk after the second one two bases? So if
Yes.
you, oh my god, so it's just like
Yeah.
double after double. If you have
Yeah.
nothing left,
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like it doesn't. If you change pitchers,
it
the rule
stays.
stays.
Yeah, it
So
stays.
like that's the other thing. Like you put the other pitcher in a really
And
tough
he's
spot. If they
cold.
watch, yeah. If all of a sudden they walk their first guy, now I'm like it's that. So that's my only. That would be my only counter. But it's everything's a work in progress. So
Yeah, for sure. It, surprisingly, at this point in the tournament, hasn't come up
hasn't
a ton.
hasn't come up yet, really.
Yeah, but we have 10 games left, so
Yeah.
we'll see. But yeah, so you guys wins 2-1. Uh, Not a show of power on either of their parts. This is kind of to me
Oh,
how McFlurry plays too. They have never been like a hitting team. Um, People have them really high in their rankings, and I just don't really understand it because they have two pitchers and no hitters. So
yeah.
I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see how it goes.
And it's been a while since Dan's played, so
Yeah, 100%. It's time for our player of the game.
player of the game.
Player of the game. It's Jack Doyle. The guy's a beast.
Yeah.
He's probably going to win MVP again. And kind of like you said, he's doing it with a different style, sort of. He looks less focused, which is serving him. He serves that ball off the right field wall by jumping in the air. His pitches are getting crisper and crisper. He's got the knuckle drop going. He's starting to find his like backdoor. I guess to lefties it's backdoor. He's finding that backdoor slider that when he finds the right release point, I don't see another person's sidearm slider like moving more than that one. It's just
Yeah.
kind of nuts. So
How,
sharp.
how how many pitches did he throw this game? Do you know? Is it a lot? I
I don't
forget.
know. I don't know if they said it on the broadcast. This is where Peter
Yeah.
would come into play because he actually keeps track of all this stuff. Um,
I don't think it couldn't have been that much because like they didn't have a lot of base runners. So
no, yeah, I think he's probably doing fine, especially that second inning. It was just the
yeah.
home run, the walk, the home run, the hit, and then I think a couple quick in play outs.
Yeah.
Uh, I would guess maybe like under 60, maybe
Okay.
50. Yeah, he's a beast. Just waiting on Zoe to get going, but that's my
Hmm.
player of the game. It's time for our play of the game. Who you got?
Oh, that's me. I forgot. My bad. Um, my play of the game is kind of like I don't know. It's kind of negative, which I feel kind of bad about. But
Okay.
my play of the game is Dan's error.
Is this a spite award?
It's not out of spite. Like I just think like I don't know when you're going to hit in the bottom of the second or top of the second, whatever. And it ends up mattering because like the homer would have tied it if not. But even
Yeah,
before that, like when you go into an inning and you're like, we only got to get one, like that's one swing.
that's huge.
Like let's go get it.
Yeah,
Or that's like a single. That's like I don't know. It's a couple base runners.
just mentally,
Um,
it puts you in such a good spot when you come out to the plate.
Yeah, but then when you're down two, it's like shit. Like we actually
Yeah,
have to like either get a runner on, then hit a homer, or we have to. And usually, I feel like you kind of have one hitter who's on, and in that case, it's like that person needs to get a hit, then they need to
yeah,
come back up and then hit that guy in for a homer. So it's just
right, right,
kind of
right.
like I don't know. One run is a lot less stressful than two runs,
And you're also facing
and
Jack Doyle right now too, who just diced you up in the first inning.
that's the other thing. Like getting more than one off Jack is really freaking hard.
Yeah,
So. That was my play of the game because I think
it
like that would
mattered.
have gotten them out of the inning, and it doesn't.
Wow,
We've seen this from Dan before. BB3 game two, Forgotten Rotten versus Sinkers.
and he botched it.
Botched it. Two batters later, Trevor Plouffe walk-off grand slam.
Oh man, I don't remember. It's been a long
Oh,
time,
I
but
remember.
I'm
I
sure you do.
remember.
Well, I really like the Spite Award of the anti Dan Canobio Award. This is very good stuff. Very clippable. Thank you. Uh,
Okay.
and it's time for our preview segment.
Yeah, preview me.
Preview you. Let's see what we got here. Jolly Olives versus Forgotten Rotten. Drew, what should we look for in this game without spoiling somehow? What can we look for? I think we're
I
looking
was
mostly for Jolly to hit in this game.
I was gonna say Jolly to hit, and then who's gonna pitch for Rotten? Like,
Okay, so yeah.
are they gonna stay with Trev, or are they gonna go just Shelfie? Or are they gonna do some weird combination of the two?
Hmm.
That would be mine. And then yeah, Jolly to hit. I think like the easy storyline would be like me versus Trev, just because historically like we've both killed each other
Uh
and
huh.
had good numbers. Like my numbers against Trev are crazy. Like if you took out my numbers against Trev, my career numbers in the warehouse would be so poor,
Wow. Okay, interesting. I don't think I knew that.
so bad. I only like of all of my home runs, only one of them has come off not Trev,
Oh
and
my
then that
god.
was Shelf.
How many
I
do you
only have
have?
homers. going into this tournament, I had. Oh wait, no, because I hit one off Lou. Going into the tournament before the Lou homer, I
Hmm.
think I had 5 homers.
Okay.
4 of them were off Trev, one was off Shelf.
Wow.
But I had none against no Rotten. Like my stats versus Rotten are crazy,
That's insane. Okay.
and vice versa. Like Trevor and I have like identical stats versus each other.
Wow.
We both hit
That's
like
very fun what to watch for.
yeah. So who's gonna win that matchup? And then yeah, Jolly to hit, and then also just like Jolly to slug more too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like not
That's
just
kind of
hit
what he
singles.
was known for before this bad stretch.
Yeah, and I think during BB6, I don't think he had an extra base hit. I think he was all only
Yeah,
singles.
he batted like 100 in that
Yeah.
tournament. So he probably had like two
So
singles.
so I would say that what to watch for without any spoilers. But I kind of mainly is like Trev and Shelf pitching. Like who's gonna pitch?
Right,
Because that
because
could like
He pitched the whole first game for Forgotten Rotten. It would make sense to
yeah,
me. He's one of I know he's very capable and he's very in shape, and he's got the arm. He's like kind of throwing with such ease it might not affect him too much. And he's definitely the better of the two pitchers. But when Shelby's on, he can really carry a team on both sides of the ball. And I think you want to get him reps in case you need him later on. So I'd say that
that's my
he gets
thing.
at least one inning. He might just do the whole game, like kind of like how Baggage did, where Jimmy started and then had to be taken out. But I think the
Especially
idea
since
was
they
for
don't
Jimmy to go the whole game, and then Jake was to take the whole second game.
especially since they don't have the chance at the 1 inning game. I think they should just pitch. I think they need to get Shelfie some reps because
Yeah,
you don't really want to go into the playoffs and his first time pitching is in the playoffs.
yeah, because Trev doesn't
And
ever need reps. He can. I think that's what he's most confident at is just being good at pitching up there. He's been kind of a shitty hitter for a while now. So you also need Shelfie to find his rookie form with the stick
mhm,
for sure.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and Shelby can be one of the better pitchers in this warehouse. So
I think the thing with Trev could be too is like I went through this in like in our wiffle ball league is like for a while like when you just kind of start like when we just started out with the Blitzball like it was still kind of baseball esque baseball
yeah,
adjacent so like pitches were baseball like and people were pitching like they would like a baseball pitcher would pitch
uh huh,
versus like now people have fooled around with the Blitzball so much it's a different type of pitching like the pitches are nothing like a baseball
right,
if that makes sense like we kind of like have in our wiffle ball league like we know there's pitchers who pitch like a baseball pitcher and you kind of like if you're a baseball player you can kind of like get into their head and know how they might pitch to you
interesting. Okay,
versus like sometimes you get like a young like we there's a kid in our wiffle ball league who's like 17 or 16 but he just never played baseball before he's just like a tall kid who can throw a wiffle ball
right,
really well and like he doesn't pitch like a baseball like sometimes I'm like oh he just like I was just early on that fastball guarantees gonna throw me a curveball and then he throws me like a faster fastball. I'm like, that was weird. Like, why would you do that? It goes against
interesting. So
every
the pitch selection just makes no sense from a person who's more wiffle ball oriented.
kind of yeah, yeah. And I like for me, I think I try to pitch. I feel like I pitch like a baseball player, like when I'm on the mound, like because I'm just a
Yeah,
catcher. Like I pitch like how I would call a game
right, right.
versus like like just someone who is like Jack is so good at just like being weird.
And he's just always trying to throw you the nastiest pitch, no matter what. He's trying to throw you
Yeah,
weird shit all the time.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My prediction for this game is that you guys win. I think you send
Oh,
Rotten
nice.
to 0-2. I think the Olives just like need a win at this point.
Yeah.
If you guys go 0-2 into the playoffs, I think that your spirits are just so low that you've got no chance. But if you go into it 1-1, I think you've had a little taste of success at that point, and you can take that with you.
Yeah, I do think like I to me like I didn't really care if we like. I mean, obviously, I wanted to win, but mine was more matchup based. I was like, here's the thing: if we lose and we go in two, we're gonna face the loser of baggage. We got ice.
Right.
If we were to win the playing game,
Sure.
but I'm saying like in the
And by the way,
quarterfinals,
there
right?
is a playing game, right? It's still like you could lose the losers bracket and not even make the playoffs. Is that how it works? Or
Correct.
okay,
Correct. Yeah. Um, but like, so if the options are either we go 1-1 and we face one of the other 1-1 teams, or we go 0-2, play the play-in game, and then barring we win that, we play we would play the loser of Baggage versus We Got Ice.
Right.
There's one team I'd much rather play.
Is the okay? You could just own baggage.
I mean, like I know we lost against them in BB6, but like I
Yeah,
still would rather play them than We Got Ice, and I would rather play them than like a lot of other teams. Like I'd
that's
rather
fair.
play Baggage than Wugas or Rotten
There's something
or
to that because I did my rankings of the team, like the midseason rankings of them. I think they had already won 2 games, and I still had them ranked 5 out of 8 because they're just like they haven't
the
really
reason
proven
and
themselves yet.
right, and the reason I would want to play them is because I think their strength is hitting, and their
Right now,
weakness is
especially, yeah,
pitching, and their weakness is pitching. And I feel like I can limit. I'm confident myself to be able to limit someone's hitting,
sure.
but I know I've struggled at the plate, and Jolly the past tournament or two has struggled at the plate. So like
That
we
seems like a
would
team
want,
that could wake up Jolly
yeah, like we would want we I would want to face a team that struggles with pitching because then I feel like we could do well at the hitting part.
and
But
take
anyways,
that momentum. Yeah.
so I think like going 0-2 is not the biggest deal in the world because like we've done it. I've done it. We honestly, I've done it a lot. Like
Is the
we
0
have
2 game
not.
is that a 1 inning game too?
It's full game.
Full game, okay. But the 2-0 game is a 1 inning one.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But for I mean like we did it a couple tournaments ago when I was with Dan. We played Caribe in the playing game and it like woke up our hitting. Like we went crazy and then we played Rotten and that was the time they walked us off. But like
Uh huh.
we played a good game. I think like it woke us up. And it's kind of nice because you get to see pitching like earlier in the day.
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah.
an hour and a half later, you're playing again. I mean,
Yeah.
arm wise, you have to have someone who can like throw that like that. But if you do, like, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. That's always a
And
funny
honestly,
storyline that the
what's
audience doesn't really get is like the which games were played on which day and how much have you
yeah,
seen pitches on that particular day because in our heads you guys like, I know we this is not how we actually think but when you're not thinking about it like oh they must have just played this game
the
yesterday and it's Tuesday.
the only time you'll play twice in a day is on championship day,
Okay.
which would be semifinals in the championship, or if you play the playing game or the one inning game.
Okay. So it's spread
Those
across
are,
they do 4 filming days and they play 4 games a day.
so it goes like round robin.
Mm-hmm. That's 8.
On the second round robin day, the two 1-0 teams will play, or the two 2-0 teams will play the one inning game.
Okay, so that gets us a ninth game.
Yeah, it's just like a one inning, like
Right.
yeah, nine, yeah. Um, and then the 1-1 teams will play, and then in the morning you have the 0-2
Okay.
teams play. So
Gotcha.
like So like if we were to go 0-2, so like usually it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So like Thursday, Friday you play your round robin games. If so like this game against Rotten, I think it was shifted. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't I'm not,
Sure.
days of the week don't matter. But like so we played if we played Friday against Rotten, like let's say we lose,
Yeah.
we would then play the 0-2 game on Friday morning, or I'm sorry, Saturday. We would play the 0-2 game on Saturday morning the next day,
Right.
and if we were to win that, we would play our quarterfinal game like 2 hours later.
Right. It's almost like a quote like a punishment for being in that lower bracket. You get to play twice in a
Kind of, but
day. Yeah.
I think it's kind of an
Yeah.
advantage.
Like people say that in baseball too. Like maybe it's not the worst thing in the world to play the wild card series. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good shit. Well, before we go, do you have any plugs, Mister Drew?
No, I mean we just played the Como World Series. Go check that out.
Check it out. Check it
Uh,
out.
I finally got a ring, so
Hell yeah.
yeah,
That's
and I
that
played
just
well.
it's played a
I
couple
kind of
games
played
so far.
well.
Have they posted a couple games?
No, the championship got posted.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Yeah, World Series got posted on Friday,
All right.
and I kind of banged.
Hell yeah, dude.
We murdered them. We won like 10 to, well, the score ended up being 10-5 or 10-6, but we were up 10. We scored our first 10 runs in the first two
Oh.
innings. And it was a 5 inning game.
Do you hit faster pitching better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not better than the where I mean, I started to hit really well, the faster pitching. It took me a second, but once I changed my swing and stance, I got a lot better.
Yeah.
But the World Series, the Como World Series was played after BB7.
Gotcha. Okay.
So like, yeah.
When do you guys play Blitzball World Series?
For Como this year, it was we played
Or like
our
is it
right.
like the one where you have like the separate like the warehouse team That tournament
Oh,
is
oh, that's January.
January. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
And that
it's gonna
comes out a
be
couple months later, probably.
it's yeah, it's gonna be me, Stoner, Dalton, Norp, me, Stone, Dalt, Shelfie,
Shelfie's in there.
Norp.
Good squad.
Yeah,
Good squad. Cool.
yeah,
I'm excited for that.
yeah.
If I have nothing to do, I might cover that. I'm interested. I'm
I
interested.
can help you cover it. I don't know how they'll do the videos. I think this year they're gonna show like they're gonna film. The last year they only posted like sparse. Like they only showed the playoffs. They didn't show any of the regular season,
Okay.
which sucked for me because I pitched really well in the regular season, and then
Of course.
my my arm was toast. So I pitched horribly in the playoffs.
Who was pitching? You pitched most for your team, or did you guys spread out the wealth a little bit with all those
No,
guys?
Stone pitched the most,
Oh, that makes
and then
sense.
secondary was split between Norp and I.
Uh huh.
Um,
Because when you go up
but
to that speed, like Dalton doesn't really have that speed, probably.
yeah, he didn't play with us last year either. But
Oh, okay.
last year was a problem because so like first off we got no sleep because my flight got delayed horrendously going in. So
Yeah.
I arrived like at 3 in the morning and then had to play the next morning at like 8 a.m.
Oh God.
and I we had to play 2 games that day. I threw at like noon and I was throwing hard. I threw like 3 innings against the team.
Yeah.
And then we took a break and it was cold. It was like 50 degrees during the day.
Mm-hmm.
We had a night game scheduled that day. So we then waited like 8 hours and I wasn't supposed to pitch
Jesus.
that night. It was supposed to be Stoner and Shelfie that
Mm-hmm.
were going to pitch. And so we waited. Then at this point, it was like 38 degrees, 40
Uh
degrees. So I don't warm up. Shelfie goes in. I think Shelfie walks like the first like 3 batters and was like, I can't.
I can't do
So then
this.
they put,
I need to help.
so then I got put in, which was not the plan. And I didn't warm up at all because
And
I
you're
had
physically like
thrown,
cold because it's cold outside.
yeah, and I'd probably thrown like 70 pitches earlier that day.
Yeah.
And so I get in, and we were convinced that this mound was like 2 feet further back than what we had been playing because it was like it felt weird, like it felt far.
Yeah.
And so I threw that night like another inning, and I woke in again. I was sleeping in a living room of a house with like 12 guys,
Yeah.
so they're staying
It's
up
a
till
regular
4 in the
weekend for
morning.
you.
Yeah, they're staying up till 4 in the morning playing cards
Oh God.
or and talking, and like
Playing
I
ride the
can't. I'm in the
bus.
living. I'm sleeping in the living room, so I can't go to sleep.
Yeah.
So I think that night I went to bed at like 4. Woke up again at 8, and my arm at that point for the rest of
It's
the
fucking
tournament
throbbing.
was fucking toast.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It was in shambles. It hurt so bad. It's one of the most my arms ever hurt.
And that's when we get all the good video footage of you on the mound.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, I hope they
I
release that whole
I let up
tournament.
I let up the longest home run ever recorded in Blitzball
That's
history
something to be proud of.
at the time, and then it got beat like 2 games later in the championship. But
Okay.
I think it was hit like 227 feet.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was nuked.
That's pretty good. Uh, well, thank you all for listening. You can, if you're not already watching YouTube, you can go follow us on the Blitzball Boys YouTube account. Subscribe, please. We love you. Please comment. We love talking to you over there. You can also listen wherever you get your podcasts. You can drink Subtle Teas, the drink made by me. I'm wearing my sweatshirt right now. Subtle Tea. Look at that
I've
nice little
had
cute
it.
little leaf.
The peach subtlety is
Peach is banging.
tremendous.
Hell yeah. Thank you for your endorsement there. You can listen to the Happy Boys, my show about beer. You can listen to the Swifty Boys, my Taylor Swift podcast, and the Sandy Boys, the OC podcast. Listen to all that stuff. Or else.
All
Drew, you got
right,
anything
cool.
else you want to talk about?
I don't think so, man.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Peace.